Hello, I'm back again with the AEA Challenger. It is not the Pro, it's the 32-inch, much more powerful one, just very inconsistent. I know that the data I've been producing, I'm eliminating the outliers and it's still sending them incredibly fast. And so just to appease some people, I went ahead and set up 2 chronographs. I'm sick of trying to get the Pro chronograph DLX Bluetooth. I had great success over time with it, and that's how I was able to compare it with the one I'm using now. Instead, I even returned the the FX one. It's just too much money for when I'm getting the same accuracy. So let's just see what happens now. This is a 299 sizing, but it's in about 104 grain. Now let's just see if I can't hit something. 526.9, so that's where we're talking about an outlier, and naturally the chronograph didn't get a reading, it said error. Now this is a really long bearing surface, so I'm just going to go ahead and say that that first one is definitely an outlier. But let's see about this one now, and maybe I'll zoom in. 455. Now that's not an outlier. That is actually accurate. I have enough footage with the other one that actually proves that part. But then it drops all the way down to 210. Now the other one actually read about 212. So I did get a reading there. I'm out 273. The other one says, I can't really read. God damn it. I'm getting my meters mixed up per feet per second. I had a little conversion chart down here, but it's not handy at the moment. 215 meters a second. Now let's just see here. I'm at 2300. Now traditionally, so far with all these tests I've been doing, this is going to be where it really comes in handy. And maybe I'll try shooting another torso and see if I can't get a better readout. Without blowing up the chronograph. 263.8, and it gave me another error message on the other one. I'm going to move it again. I have plenty of faith in this other one, but I'm doing this because I understand that these numbers seem outlandish. I fully understand it, but the thing is that it has produced those numbers with 3 other types of chronographs. So now I'm just sick of trying to pair my Bluetooth one, so I'm gonna just see about, let's see about the 34-yard one here. 251, and there we got yet another error message, so it's tracking that it's going over. In fact, just so people, so I don't, yeah, I'll go put the light shades on now. Now, y'all aren't seeing this through the scope, I reckon, but anyhow, I'm doing a GoPro of all this too, because this isn't conjecture that I'm coming up with these numbers. I find the outliers, just like statistics 300 and 400 courses taught me, you find the outliers and you eliminate them. Otherwise, you're having garbage data. So it's fine, everybody has their opinions and all, but I prefer data. And so if I'm not happy with the quality of data I'm getting, I get something better. 251, so we're coming back up again. But what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to air this up. Now, I spent over 4.5 hours today to make these exact rounds that are probably 104 grain. And I'm not concerning 243, and yet another frickin' error message on that Bluetooth one. I should really return it, but it gets so difficult keeping track of which chronographs happen to work the best and which don't. The last one worked awesome, but the thing was is it compared up with all these other notes. So bear with me and I'll stop this and start another one and air up, okay? Okay, so this is round 2 of trying to capture on 2 chronographs instead of just the one to verify it, because these are going up to over 400 meters a second. I mean, during a few shots per cycle, and I have enough different times of doing that now with these. This is about 107 to 108 grain round flat 308 that I sized at 299. This is my own little pet project, and I've been working on this to specifically hit certain pressures at certain powers. So anyhow, let's commence, and I have 2 crownies lined up. Now the one continues to show errors instead. 515, and that air blast shook the crony, which is about 6 feet out in front. And that was one of the outliers, and I usually get this outlier in the 510 to 525. Those are my outliers, and nearly every single time I air up to, I'm not trying to group, I'm trying to get chronographs here. 359 meters a second, 359 meters a second. So the other one did yet another like error read. It did an error code indicating it did read that it passed through. I'll just try for another target and hopefully not blow up the... Okay, 558. 358. 358. 358. And of course an error code on the $150 one. Now there's 276 meters a second, 276 meters a second, and this is about 107, 108 grain round flat nose. 271 with a round flat nose in the 299. 262. Again, it's about 107, 108 grain. I haven't weighed them yet, being as I just casted and sized them, and wearing all 207, being as I'm having to wear all, and I keep just getting error codes. And look, I've gone ahead with that other one and I've compared numbers with the Caldwells, 2 different Caldwells. I've done the hardwired one and 2 different of these Pro Deluxe versions, Bluetooths at, you know, $149 a piece, and return, and then FX one, like on and on and on, and I've been getting consistent numbers on certain days. But all that to be said is that there's a lot of hope in these rounds and the foot-pounds they deliver and what the loss is versus when I'm sizing them to 300 versus 0.299. Thank you for watching, and please hit like or subscribe. Like I said, this took me, I mean, 4 or 5 hours to get everything warmed up. I got to suit up in a Tyvek suit and wear all this masks and all this stuff and finally size it, and anyhow, thanks.